I believe in my approach, but it's not what America wants right now. I love Arizona, and I am so proud of what we've delivered. Because I choose civility, understanding, listening, working together to get stuff done, I will lead the Senate at the end of this year.
All right, Independent Senator Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona says she will not run for re-election this November. First elected in 2019 as a Democrat, she left the party and became an independent in 2022. She most recently served as one of the lead negotiators on the failed bipartisan border bill and appeared to be facing an uphill re-election battle. Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego is running for her soon-to-be open Senate seat, along with Republican Kari Lake. Both praised Sinema for her service to the state of Arizona. Claire.
Well, here, listen, this is a woman who's going to have a very mixed legacy.
Yeah.
Really mixed. She did some things that, frankly, were real head-scratchers, particularly, you know, the memorable moment where she kind of curtsied when she said no on minimum wage is something that really stuck in a lot of people's craw in terms of the Democratic Party. And also some of the stuff on some of the tax stuff was very bad, that she would stand up for carried interest. You know, that was crazy. I don't know what that was about. But I do think, as much as maybe some people listening don't want to hear this, she did do some of the hard work in terms of negotiating deals to get stuff across the finish line. And people who are willing to compromise and meet in the middle are in short supply in Washington. And I fear that after November, they're going to be in even shorter supply. Yeah. She worked harder at getting along with the Republicans than she did the Democrats because she wanted to make deals. She wanted to get things passed. And, you know, that's what she wants her legacy to be. I think, frankly, her legacy is going to be very mixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking forward, though, to I want your review about this. She's now, we got a contested Senate seat there. Kari Lake, interestingly, tried to move to the middle. She's kissing up to Sinema and trying to make friends with Meghan McCain, doing all that stuff. She had a lot of problems, Kyrsten Sinema, but was she a better candidate than Gallego against Kari Lake in that race?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, first of all, I don't think so. Right. I don't think so. I think the problem with the third-party races is there's not enough of folks there to make it credible. She was going to have to get a pretty healthy percentage of Democratic votes and an even healthier percentage of Republican votes to win. I think it's a contrast, and I don't think Kari Lake can clean up on aisle 5. I think she's made such a mess in terms of how bad she has handled all the MAGA stuff and how much she's been just
keeps videotaping,
slavishly adoring Donald Trump.
Weird.
I think I don't. And it'll be interesting to see what Sinema does in the race. I predict she will not endorse Kari Lake.
All right, still